All right, this is who license plate 1DARRIN is stalking me on behalf of. The demons of the Ontario Police that are engaging in surveillance through the people of the state who are stalking me with light, that is terrorizing and harassing and molesting me. These are psychopaths that are sitting around stalking me vicariously and directly. They are always stalking in helicopters and in Ontario police vehicles, while the people of the state are the ones conspicuously engaging in surveillance, which I've shown you and documented. It is going to be the basis of prison for them and prison for them. They're going to be disbanded because they're engaged in criminal surveillance. License 1DARRIN is threatening my life and safety as I document this sex offender, this predator, this murderer who was keeping a woman under surveillance on behalf of a gang stalking police department that he and that gang stalking agency planned to murder. That's why he's lurking in the dark over here, stalking me. And the moment that I upload the evidence with his license, again, 1DARRIN, stalking in the path at the OVITT Family Community Library, as I publish that, while that third party with that license plate is keeping my device under surveillance, and so is that gang stalking police department that is engaging what is harassing and terrorism in furtherance of that murder conspiracy, while I document that third party and every other license plate. That's relevant for federal prison. Sarah's Regis Group is engaged in this conspiracy. They're engaging in surveillance at that apartment complex. Everybody at the Ontario Town Square, everybody at the 280 North Limit Apartments. And these demons sound helicopter activity to communicate a threat. They're monitoring. Remember, but that's the relevance of the sound of the helicopter. The presence is conspicuous stalking, communicating a threat, because the impotent, the intellectually impotent, the dense demons, the dummies that they are, do not understand that you don't threaten a federal prosecutor. You go to federal prison for that. And I also document. That's why dunces have no business engaging in what is gang stalking, because it costs people a lot of money and they're going to prison. This is license plate 1DARRIN. That's federal prison while he threatens my life, because I'm documenting him stalking me on behalf of Mike LORENZ, the pattern of conduct of Mike LORENZ, who's going to be prosecuted as a domestic terrorist leader. It's currently 9:39 p.m. I will be exposing on X every license plate while they're gang stalking on behalf of the Ontario Police Department, who commit kidnapping with that same entity. 1DARRIN commits criminal summoning, and then those demons like S. Casas come in my face talking about they got a call from that stalker. They're going to prison. And this is also mental illness. These are the demons stalking me under a fake sun at the OVITT Family Community Library. They're not doing anything other than surveillance, and they spend millions of dollars on this. That's why they're going to prison. They spend millions of dollars because they intend to commit murder. They spend millions of dollars stalking in helicopters because they intend to commit murder. They engage in stalking through a population because they intend to commit murder. And they've engaged in that ongoing bet against somebody that put it all over the internet, and the federal judge is going to prosecute Mike LORENZ for it and every kidnapper for it. The entity is engaging like Sergeant Hall, who is speaking to what is threatening to engage in kidnapping, because that's what she is. She's a stalker. She's going to prison. She engaged in criminal summoning right here, and her demon-possessed idiot of a partner is putting her there where she belongs. P.O.C. license 1DARRIN, sharing a sexual assault and battery. Metro 102 apartment, stalking in the path of light. You'll see that in my images. It's uploaded to the Google Drive. It is currently, by the way, 9:40 p.m. This is exactly what I'm documenting last night. There's no coincidence here. This is what I'm documenting this morning when the fake sun deviated from being on the opposite side of this same apartment building and was over here remaining. And then I went inside of this library at 10 a.m. There was no sun remaining over Arco. City of Ontario is engaging in surveillance. They're going to prison. They're stalking day and night, keeping my vagina under surveillance, and they're going to prison. They're being disbanded, and they're going to federal prison. Their mental illness is why they don't understand that they need to sit down and stop giving the prosecutor evidence to put every single last one of those barbarians away in cages where enemies of the United States belong. This is the pattern of conduct. You are intentionally and repeatedly engaging in what is threatening conduct with regard to terrorism, and it's all over the internet. Laugh at Satan because he lost, but understand that terrorism is going to result in federal prison. Just like Osama bin Laden, an enemy of the United States, so is Mike LORENZ and the Ontario Police Department. They're not policing. They're engaging in surveillance and a failed sacrifice to Satan. They have sacrificed themselves. They're done with law enforcement. This is the basis speaking to policy that is not just being disbanded and prisoned with regard to kidnapping me to defame my character while you're stalking me, but you're also done with law enforcement. You're not getting any sort of retirement. You're not getting any sort of benefits once you're done with law enforcement. This is terrorism. You don't get any of that's sacrifice when you're gang stalking. The Ontario police are going to be broke and unemployed. They will never have anything to do with law enforcement. This is P.O.C. license 1DARRIN. The people I said are going to regret gang stalking. That's a psychopath stalking with light. That's P.O.C. It is currently 9:42 p.m. The demon possessed are going to learn a very hard lesson. The federal government has a responsibility to make sure that they understand it. The martial law is intended for terrorists like the Ontario police. This is P.O.C.